my lipstick. So today I'm going to be doing a review and demonstration of the Revlon ColorStay 24-hour makeup. Now this is not a new product or anything, it's just kind of a drugstore product that I've really been wanting to try out. I've heard a couple people mention that it's great, and I always am looking for some good drugstore alternatives. Obviously, if you guys have watched me from the beginning, you know that my favorite is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation. And if this is anything like that, I'm sure it'll be awesome. What I wanted to really review is the fact that it says it's 24 hours. I just want to make sure that it has that staying power. So I'm going to be trying this out and reviewing it for you guys today. And this is in Ivory 110. I'm hoping it's light enough. This is the lightest color they make in the drugstore, and sometimes those just aren't light enough. So we'll see. And let's see, it's also for normal to dry skin. I think they have ones for kind of acne prone as well, or oily skin. My face is obviously normal to dry. So I'm just gonna be trying this out, and let's get started. So I already have my moisturizer on and my primer. The primer I used, which is no surprise, is the Rimmel Fix and Perfect Pro Primer. This is one of my absolute favorite drugstore primers. What it is it says it does a whole bunch of things like brightens your face, mattifies, resurfaces, fills in pores. It feels kind of like a liquidy texture when you first squirt it out of the tube, but then when you put it on your face, it feels really hydrating, and as it starts to dry, it kind of fills in those pores almost like a silicone foundation would do, or silicone primer would do. So I've got that on already, so it's all soaked in, so let's just get started. I'm going to be applying this with a damp Real Technique sponge today. I almost said Beauty Blender there, but I prefer the Real Technique sponge over the Beauty Blender. As you can see, I've never opened this before. I just ripped the tag off. So this is my first time trying it. I don't like the fact that it does not have a pump, but it's drugstore, so what can you expect? And I know a lot of people just kind of tip it out and put it directly on their face. I personally like to put it on the back of my hand first. I don't know why, it's just kind of what I've always done, and that's quite a bit. So I just dump it out on the back of my hand, dip the Real Technique sponge in it, and then put it on my face. So let's see how this covers. Alright, I only have a little bit on my face right now, and so far I'm not impressed at all. So I'm hoping it's going to build up better. The color is not quite right for my skin tone. It is a little bit too dark. I'm not sure if it's picking up on camera, but it's just not quite the right color. But that's okay. The thing I'm concerned about is coverage, and as of right now, one layer does not appear to be covering much of anything. Ooh, where did that giant pimple come from? Awesome. Let's cover that bad boy up there. Okay, so this is one coat of the ColorStay, and I am not impressed at all. Obviously one coat is generally pretty thin and light, but it doesn't appear to be covering anything. It did even out my skin tone a bit, but it didn't take care of the redness, which is what I'm concerned about. My chin is not covered at all. You can see all of my acne scarring and things. I like when my freckles stick out, but not when the redness is just everywhere. So I'm going to put another coat on. I will say though that this is probably really great for people who don't need a lot of coverage and who don't have a lot of redness or acne scarring, because the finish is really pretty. I will give it that. It has a gorgeous kind of look that makes it look like you don't have anything on. It just makes it kind of look like your skin is naturally beautiful. I personally do have that acne scarring and redness, so I need more coats. So let's see how it builds up. Okay, so that is 2 coats of the Revlon ColorStay, and it's better. It obviously looks better, but the more you kind of build it up, it gets a little bit cakey. Kind of around like the nose area and things, on my nose and in my pore area, it gets kind of cakey when you try to build it up too much, and it didn't really cover that much of my redness again. I will say the finish though overall on my cheeks and things is really, really pretty. So like I said before, this is definitely for people who don't really need a ton of coverage, who don't have a lot of like acne or acne scarring or redness. I would not recommend this for anyone who has acne issues. I'm not impressed, to be honest. The only good thing about it I can say is the finish.